Hi there. Welcome to Sunnyside Journals. Welcome to 30 minutes of my day. Good morning. Welcome to January and welcome to 2022. Since this is really sort of the first time we've had a visit since the new year started. Now, I'm doing an experiment today. Hopefully I sound a little clearer and maybe a little bit louder. I know some people have said they have a hard time hearing me. And my wonderful son and daughter-in-law got me a microphone. So let's give this a go. And we're also going to do another experiment today because Susan, and thank you, Susan, if you're watching, thank you, emailed me and gave me some tips on how to get my phone to record longer than 30 minutes. And it works. So, very good advice, Susan. Thank you again. And I got a bit of work to do today. This might look familiar. I haven't worked on it in a while, and in cleaning out Christmas, I found it, my little birds book, and I want to glue something on so that it has time to dry because I want to sew it. And my sewing machine does not like when the glue is still a little bit damp. It makes for gluing. Blah, blah, blah. It makes for sewing a great big nuisance. So I want to glue some of these sweet little flowers on, and just put them right there like that. So let's find this. I'm trying to decide. This book is just for me. If you've been watching me for a while, you know I go a little nuts over robins. So this one's just for me. So I'm tempted to leave the back plain, but I do like that. I think that looks pretty. So glue. Anyhow, so I hope everyone had a safe and healthy New Year's celebration, if you celebrate. I've noticed something interesting, and I figured since it's the new year, I'm going to take advantage that there may be new people here, because I've noticed some new comments, and I have a feeling YouTube is suggesting my videos to new people and saying, hey, you might like to watch this. And some of them are going, hey, I don't like watching this, because it's just incredible. Snarky comments just always take me by surprise because it just doesn't dawn on me to leave snarky comments on somebody's channel. If it's not my cup of tea, I move on. I don't write snarky comments. And I've learned, I don't get very many, but I have learned in the couple of years that I've been here to just, I recall the wonderful Gail Gostinelli saying, this is my channel. I don't need cranky comments, and I just hit delete. And I thought, I'm going to take some wise advice from Gail. And so that is also what I do on the rare time that it happens. Well, I guess YouTube, I don't know, maybe it's a January thing, but I seem to have had quite a few. And it's mostly snarky comments that my channel or video is not what they came for. So I thought, you know what? And I'm okay with that. I'm not for everyone, because I'm mostly just a chatty visit, as if you're sitting at my kitchen table and we're having a cup of tea. And there are other channels that are very much a educational tutorial, very clear, elaborate, and step-by-step tutorials, and thank goodness, because I've needed them. That's not what I do. And believe it or not, coming from a mom who homeschooled 5 children, and I like to say that we did okay because they all went to university and college and other post-secondary education. And they're all law-abiding citizens now with families and mortgages. I did okay. But my channel, if you're new here, and welcome, my channel is mostly whatever happens to be on my desk when I happen to turn on the camera. And for me, it's usually first thing in the morning. I turn it on and I do 30 minutes, turn it off, and get on with my day. And then I usually will show it the following morning. So when I'm saying good morning, it really is morning. And good morning. And I usually do have a cup of tea beside me here and looking out the window and seeing what the weather's like. But my channels are chatty visits. So if you've come looking for a specific tutorial that's in the genre of a teacher teaching you something, that's not what you're going to find here. If you happen to learn something while I'm working at my desk, because I do tend to over-explain things, well, I think that's wonderful, and hopefully you do too. But just in case you're new here, there were a lot of views on Mrs. Cratchit's, I think that's ready there. There were a lot of views on Mrs. Cratchit's ledger, and thank you for all the kind comments and compliments on Mrs. Cratchit's journal. What a pleasure to make. And you know what? Although it's, in a way, it's sort of hard to let her go, mostly my heart just sings because I know she's going to go off and have adventures and get new information written into her with love, and a whole new family's history is going to go into that book. And I get a thrill out of it. I really do. Anyhow, but I've noticed that video got a lot of views for me. Maybe not for the people that have 30,000 subscribers, but for me, it got a lot of views. And maybe that's why I'm getting more comments from people who don't quite know what to expect here. So that's it. If you're new here, what you've just watched for about the past 5 minutes, that's about as good as it's going to get. But if you're looking to just have a chat and maybe have a cheery voice say good morning to you, hold on, I'm looking for blades, because guess what? Time to start a new book. I can never figure out why I choose what books I choose. And for some reason, when I've done a really theme-intensive journal like Mrs. Cratchit's ledger, I find I really need to do an all sorts book. Now, for me, an all sorts book is usually quite quirky, unpredictable on the page turns or on my choices of decor. And they are also, for some reason, I usually like to pick one of the most homely books on my shelf. And in this case, this one was just calling out to me. It's a nice size. It's quite thick, but it's a nice size this way. I'll be able to use a really nice variety of papers into it. So this book is The Tragedies of Shakespeare, and it's in very nice condition, sturdiness-wise. It does have some liquid damage. The text block has had something poured on it or splashed on it, or it's pretty sad in that way. But the spine is in lovely, sturdy condition. It's been, it has leather binding and leather corners. This is fabric, and it's very worn. I will be covering this up. But it's not that old, and you're going to laugh because it's still, over 90 years old. It is, I believe, 1925. So, yeah, it's 97 years old. So the book is almost 100 years old. But seeing as the book I just worked on for Mrs. Cratchit's Ledger was published in 1879, so it's 143 years old, this one's practically a baby. So, we're gonna get this book. It's not rare. Please note, I have checked. Not only is it not rare and a very common book, it's in extremely poor condition and highly unlikely to ever resell. In fact, it wouldn't surprise me if this is one of the kinds that I have found in the free boxes that they put outside of my thrift stores, because it's just in such sad shape. The end papers are pretty. I'm going to want to try and find something to do with these pages. This one's already loose. Certainly the interior part is still nice. And you can see where whatever liquid was on it, it was sort of glued to itself there. Anyhow, so let's just do it. So as ever, usually what I do is normally if a book doesn't seem to be, it seems to not want to cooperate, I run a blade down the hinges. But this really seems like it just wants to start falling apart. But let's get in there anyways. I split it apart like that, holding this part, using my finger to give myself more room, because I don't want to cut that spine open. I want it in nice condition. So when I put the new text block in, it's good to go. Let's see here. So I just used the little tippy tip of the blade so that if you go too far, you'll cut right through your spine. There we go. It's always fun to see what's inside there. The second side is always easier because you can literally hold the cover away from the text block and usually quite safely run a blade down here. Now, I don't know if you can tell. Let me stand up and see if you can see. There, you can see. This one's interesting. Usually it's held together by gauze, either a full-length strip of gauze or else bands of gauze holding the text block in. This one appears that the text block is, there's a good view of it, held in with cords. Very interesting. So, let's cut through them. I knew I was going through something when I took the other side off. Something different. Of course I was going through something. There we go. Okay. They're free. Boy, that's in nice condition. I'm going to be covering this up. Sometimes it's a hard decision for me to cover up if the previous owner's name is inside. And this one, presented to the Lord Commissioners of the Admiralty, to Cadet E.T.L. Dunsterville for meritorious work. So I'm going to have to look up who E.T.L. Dunsterville was and see if we can find an owner for this book. I love when I can find an owner, the previous owner of a book. Gosh, I'm just so happy. These hinges feel nice. I'm stumped. Let's move this for a second. I'm stumped what I'm going to use to cover this. simply because the bizarre color choices that this publisher chose. I love this spine. It's so pretty, and I am not touching this spine. Fortunately, the hinges are lovely. But this fabric, I am going to cover it up. I think I'm going to use paper and not fabric. But I'm looking at the colors here. The leather, the exposed leather is black. The spine is brown and gold and red. And this fabric is blue. And then the end papers are blue and gold. So I've got to figure out what kind of paper I'm going to put here. I'd like something unusual. I'm not even adverse to using a large Old Masters painting in here. I think that could look really cool because, as I said, I do really enjoy making an all sorts book very quirky and very unpredictable. Even this text block is still really solid. You can see the cords from where it's been bound. Very good quality. Wow. Well, I want to save this. I'll be using some of the papers in here, I think, unless I get it open and find out it's been stapled, but I doubt it. With those cords that I found, I doubt very much I'm going to find that there's staples in here. Let's take a look and see if we can find the interior of a signature. Uh-oh. Sometimes it's tricky if it's really curved where the signature has been sewn in. It can be tricky to find. No, there's thread. Okay, there we go. Oh wait, maybe you're still not. Nope. Hold on. All right, we still don't have it. Yeah, there we go. All right, we got threads. Eureka! We found threads. Yes, there's no staples. Now, I knew it didn't have the, I can't stand the binding that they do for old vintage textbooks where they've been sewn vertically through the signatures that way. Oh, they're brutal. This one's not bad at all. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 running stitches there, so that's good. So, and you can see where the liquid damage is here. I don't know whether that's a cup of tea or a cup of coffee or a cup of something that I just don't want to know. Who knows? Antony and Cleopatra. Othello. Was Othello? No, that was, I'm trying to remember the first Shakespeare that I had to take in 9th grade, or if you're Canadian, grade 9. Taming of the Shrew. That was the first one that we did in grade 9. And I liked it because, of course, the shrew, her name was Katarina. So I like that. See, I'd never even heard the name of that one. Coriolanus? Never heard of that one. Trellis and Cressida. All right, well, I will be using some of these. I like to put, might as as well find it and pull it out. I like to put the front page in whenever possible. Let's see. This does look strange. I can see those cords, and I'm wondering if there's still something I don't know about buried in here. So it's not terribly exciting. Again, if you're new here, you just never know what 30 minutes of my day is going to be like. That's why it doesn't say tutorial in the topic. It's likely not. However, you know what? If you ever see me doing something in one of my videos and you want to know more details on how I did it, just ask down below. I reply. And I will do my best to explain it to you in writing, what I did and why. Okay, so I'm looking for signature threads here so that I can pull out that front page. Oh boy, look at all that 97-year-old dirt in there. In this case, if I damage, wow, those 1, 2, 3 threads. If I damage those top, this top folio here, I don't care. This book is so big, I'm going to get plenty of paper out of it to use to put back into the cover. And I'm going to have plenty of paper for collaging and for shredding to pack many, many books in. Come on, you. It's really, really stiff from the glue. Let's see if I can give myself a bit more room in there. Oh yeah, see, now I remember. Yeah, someone in one of the comments decided it was their job to scold me. Oh dear. For giving a book a new life. And that's the way I look at it. So, you know what? We can disagree. We don't even have to agree to disagree. We can just disagree. Trust me, if a book is valuable, I'd rather sell it and get the money for it. Books I cut up are not valuable. All right, let's see. Ah, we did it. Okay. All right. Oh, I should show you what else. How much time have I got? Well, hopefully I've got more than 30 minutes, thanks to Susan. I'm going to maybe go to 35. I still think it's a good idea for me to aim for 30 minutes, just because I know I can talk a lot. Okay, so that I went way past that original signature, did I? I'm not sure. Let's keep going. Big signature. Yeah, okay, so that was the second signature there, I think. Is it? Or isn't it? I guess it really doesn't matter, because I will this paper isn't all that good. I most likely, I think these have been glued onto the top of it. Yeah, because I can see different stitches than the signature threads. I will most likely cut this out and glue it onto a new paper. Yep, that's very unusual. They've added that afterwards. And I guess we should put William in there. There we go. All right. The rest of them I'll do off camera, the ones that I want to get out. I think maybe I'll do a folio from perhaps from each play that's in here. How many are in here? One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 13. Whoa, ho, ho, ho. Triskaidekaphobia, anyone? How many? How wide is this? I hope my new microphone is working. I guess I'll find out when I recheck this. So this is, now I've already taken a signature off, so it is not quite as wide. It's probably just shy of 2 inches. I'm going to say it's a 1 7/8 because we took some papers off. So if it's, no, because I'm squeezing those together. No, it's 1 3/4. I'm going to safely say, I believe 1 3/4. I guess I should write that down somewhere. Note paper. Note paper. Here. Let's use this for now. I've got to get my new book out and start making a page for Tragedies of Shakespeare. Pencil. All right. What did we say? 1 3/4 inch spine. Oops, spine. Now, so normally one signature per 1/4 inch, so that would be 7, but I like smaller signatures, so I'm going to aim for 9 signatures. That's what I'm going to aim for. All right, and what is the length of Shakespeare? Now I want to start going through some old masters painting books that I've got over here, and maybe find one that incorporates these 4 shades, black and brown, gold and red, and find something really cool. Maybe a big eyeball staring out, or I don't know, maybe something tragic. Yes. We'll see. All right, so there we go. There we go. I guess I'll have to start a new basket to put these in and get going. I anticipate that this is going to be more of a writer's journal. I just feel like getting into, I'm not going to yell at you this time because I think I've got more time. So let's set it for 5 minutes, and then that's when I'll end. All right. I feel an urge. Mrs. Cratchit took so long, and it was wonderful, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. But I feel like making a really nice writer's journal, someone who wants to fill it themselves and perhaps likes to do a lot of handwriting in their journal and not necessarily tons of, collaging and that. Usually if I'm anticipating somebody's going to be collaging and photos and that sort of thing, I use a heavier paper in it. And I anticipate that I'm going to use a lot of tea-dyed blank-ish paper, maybe some ledger papers in this. And just really make it for someone who's got things to say, got a lot on their mind and got a lot to say. Wow, I'm just so thrilled with this. Although it seems that they've put in some really good glue. This glue is, it's right in there, and I can feel the cords. There's one right there. And along here. So, yeah, there we go. Let's just take you off so that the glue will adhere better when I put you in. Very good. All right, well, thanks for joining me. And if you're new here and you're still here after 30 minutes, well, thank you. You can follow along as I work on this, although I am going to get started off camera now. I will be picking out papers, so when we get together next time, you'll be able to see what I've chosen to put on here, and it might already be on. And hopefully maybe I've even got all the papers chosen and cut. We'll see. We'll see. And right now I'm going to, since I can't take my camera over there anyways, it's a good time for me to sign off because I'm going to go and sew this down. It's had a good 30 minutes now to dry, and maybe I'll do a little bit of work on this on camera as well. So hold on, let me stand up and take a look, see what we're at. Oh, we're only at 31 minutes. Well, I've got to keep talking because for all I know, I wonder if I've been in camera that whole time. I don't know. My camera normally would let me go to 31 minutes and 30 seconds. So I really need to keep talking even for another minute or two. I made some new things. Maybe we'll do this next too. I found these at a thrift store. And they're like little tags that you can put at the top of a page. So say this is your book and you want to put a bookmark in it. It's got a paper clip in it, but then it sticks out like that at the top. Isn't that cute? So I did one with, of course, I love the vintage black and white photos sticking out of a book. Hold on, let's put that one there. Look at that. I love that. How cute is he? And I like that you can stick them out the side as well and move them where you want. And I did figure out, there, isn't that neat? And if you put a few on it, yeah, I'm definitely going to need to. I did this one with a map, and I think that looks rather cool. And it gives you the option to move them around. Hold on, let's move that. Isn't that neat? I think I'm definitely going to have to do a video and make a few of these. Not necessarily a tutorial. Yeah, what the heck. Maybe we'll call it that. Maybe the cranky people have moved on and they're being cranky on someone else's channel. All right, so we've made it to 33 minutes and 54 seconds. So now I'll know for sure if my phone is actually taping longer than 30 minutes. But I did a test run, tongue-tied here, yesterday, and it, yes, I hear you, and it did work. So great. Take care. Have a great rest of your day. And we'll get together soon. We'll talk soon. Bye.